Fintech Australia and Tier 1 People present the 2022 People's Choice Awards. The Finnies Award, where the Australian fintech community gets to decide the winner. Make sure to join us on the 23rd of June 2022 in Melbourne for the industry's most prestigious awards event. Now here are a few words from one of this year's finalists.
Hey, I'm Aaron, and I'm the CEO and founder of Bridgit. We are a bridging loan company that allows homeowners to access the equity in their home to buy a new property before they've sold their existing one.
Bridgit are finalists for People's Choice Award Emerging Fintech of the Year. Aaron, congratulations to you and everybody at Bridgit for making the People's Choice Emerging Fintech of the Year. Incredible achievement. This is the award that the fintech community gets to vote for. How's everybody at Bridgit feeling about making the finals?
We're very excited. We're pumped for the awards. The team has been working really hard over the past 12 months and, the results speak for themselves. And so to have an opportunity to be recognized by the industry and to celebrate that as a business and as colleagues and as friends is more than we could ask for.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about the last 12 months that you've had at Bridgit. But before we do that, do you want to tell us a little bit more in detail the big problem that Bridgit solves?
Yeah, absolutely. So bridging finance has been around for a long time. Unfortunately, since the Royal Commission, traditional lenders have pulled away from providing such a vital and useful product. So many Australians don't have access to a suitable solution to buy a new home while they still own their current home and haven't sold and are paying a mortgage on that property. So Bridgit is established to allow homeowners to access the equity in their existing property. We then help them buy their new property, and when they're ready to sell, they pay down their loan. It's a very innovative solution, the way that our technology works. We provide same-day approval, which is miles better and faster than any traditional lender in the market. Our product is interest-free for the first 3 months, which gives the customer a lot of flexibility and comfort to understand exactly what they're in for throughout that process. And the whole experience is designed custom for bridging finance. There's no paperwork involved. It's all digital. It really speaks to us being in 2022. We've built technology for today. We're servicing clients for today. So Bridgit is there really to support our customers, let them move forward, not backwards or sideways. Traditionally, Australians have had to sell their home first. They wait for that sale to go through. They collect the proceeds from the sale, and then they'll look for purchasing a new home. That creates a huge problem. There's temporary homelessness. Some individuals have to move in with relatives. Some have to find somewhere to rent for a few months, and that creates a lot of cost and also inconvenience. And so our product just unlocks all of that. It's accessible and simple to use, and we're really proud of what we've been able to achieve so quickly.
Fantastic. So when did you launch Bridgit?
So Bridgit launched just over 12 months ago. We launched to the market with our offering, and straight away the phone started ringing. It's a problem and solution that we're providing to Australians that is very relatable. It's real. We have such a dependency on our property market here in Australia. It's Australians' number one asset. And so when individuals are looking to move from property to property, there's just no other option. And so as soon as we launched, the phone started ringing, applications started coming in online. It was just the most exciting the most exciting day of the company.
Cool. And sir, can you tell us how many customers you've had so far?
Yeah, so we've processed over $1 billion in applications since we've launched.
Wow.
Obviously, the average loan is is quite high. It's about $1 million. So, that's over 1,000 customers that have come through our platform.
Awesome.
And we've been growing from strength to strength every month. And we're trying to become an inclusive and accessible lender. So our policies are very diverse, and we cater to a very wide range of borrowers because we want to help every Australian in their property journey. Whether you're upsizing your property or downsizing your property, the type of customer is different and their needs are different. So we tailor our solutions to who those customers are.
And so how have you gone about actually bringing 1,000 customers in?
A lot of the success at the beginning was organic. As I said earlier, people relate to the problem we're solving. We were very fortunate to have some good press in the early days. We got picked up on the Today Show. We had an article in the SMH and the AFR. And through that publicity, borrowers and Australians started contacting us and putting through applications. We were, bootstrapped at the beginning, so we didn't have the funds available to go and spend on a large marketing campaign. So a lot of that just came through word of mouth, through hustle. My co-founder, he's a mortgage broker, and so through his relationships and network in the industry, we were able to start growing month on month organically.
Awesome.
And then only just recently, earlier this year, we managed to raise our Series A through two VCs here in Australia, and that finally allowed us the opportunity to start to market the product. So we've launched our first marketing campaign, which has been tremendously successful, and we're really starting to see that growth kind of accelerate through these new channels.
Fantastic. I love a good bootstrap story.
Yeah, it's hard work. It's rewarding when we see things succeed, and when things don't work, that's okay because we're agile enough to be able to recognize that and start to pivot or make modifications to our strategy.
It's obviously been a super hot competitive market for fintech in the home loan space. How have you gone about, how did you go about identifying where the opportunity was and how to differentiate yourself so that you kind of had the competitive advantage that you could bootstrap and actually get something off the ground?
Yeah, it's a great question because you're absolutely right. The home loan market is extremely competitive. It's largely dominated by 4 major banks in Australia. And we've got the entrance of non-bank lending and fintech lending in the home loan market, but they're all going after the same customer. They're all going after a traditional home loan. And we identified a gap in the market, which is the bridging loan market. All these new fintechs, none of them are providing bridging loans, even the non-banks. It was traditionally the major lenders that were providing these solutions like CBA, Westpac, but they're pulling back. And since the Royal Commission, it's become harder for them to provide these solutions. So for us, we identified a gap, and that's how we're competing because there's really no one else providing a similar solution to us in the way we are also providing it. It's very innovative. It's technology first, customer driven. The experience overall is designed for bridging. So we're very fortunate to be playing in a space that doesn't really have a lot of competitors. It's a great product to acquire customers and help them through their journey.
Yeah. Do you think, and obviously, it's a hot political issue at the minute, housing affordability. We keep seeing these schemes that I can't help but think that actually what they do is they actually decrease housing affordability rather than increase it for people. The bridging loan, I can't help but think, then I've got, I look back to last year where the market all of a sudden went on fire and you had people who were selling a property thinking, hey, we've made money on this. And then the market increases by 30% whilst they're waiting for the house sale to go through and they've committed to a price and now they're going to enter the market and all of a sudden it's 30% higher than it was when they actually, kind of signed the contract for their sale. Are you seeing that this is a solution that's now taking some of that pressure off, where people don't feel that they've got to then go and get a house, which obviously then increases the demand for housing in a very short period of time?
Yeah, absolutely. There's several problems that we're solving. That is a great example. Customers are losing out on the upside on the sale of their property by committing to a sale first to then buy. This gives customers the flexibility to focus on the purchase that they want at today's price. When the market increases, they've saved money on their purchase, but they've also made money on their sale. The other problem that we're solving for is that the supply and the availability of housing. There isn't a lot of stock because it is a competitive market. And so what's happening is customers are selling their property and they don't have anywhere to move into. And it's taking a lot longer for them to actually buy and move into their new property or their desired property. So, we're also solving it from that angle. And the third one is really that there aren't many solutions in place to kind of circumvent the traditional solution. And when we're talking about boomers and borrowers looking to downsize, there is no solution for them. And there's estimated to be 1.6 million households looking to downsize in the next 5 years. And they just don't have a solution. These are not, spring chickens. These are older individuals, older Australians who, convenience is really important. You don't want to be moving three times before you end up in your new home. So our solution, really takes into consideration our customers' requirements to help them access that finance really easily, conveniently, and just take out all the hassle in the process. And we're also seeing a lot of new policies come through in government to incentivize downsizing, to free up some supply, to help first home buyers move in. But when it comes down to downsizing, I think some of those policies do have really good merits to help encourage older Australians to downsize. And we will help them finance that downsizing journey.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned there the Series A. How's that kind of, where are you at now in terms of numbers of people, and what are your kind of future plans for growth?
Right now we've got 15 staff. We've got probably another 5 or 6 open roles that we're trying to recruit for. Because we're a fintech and a technology business, success for us isn't determined by number of people and headcount. We're trying to build processes and solutions that are technology first, and help scale the business. But I will say that customer service is so important. And so a lot of our headcount is actually in the customer service side of the business, because we don't want... Who wants to wait 1 hour to be on hold with a Big Four bank? No one wants that, right? And so when customers call us, the waiting time is 5 or 10 seconds.
Have they managed to reduce it down to 1 hour now, Aaron?
Maybe it could be. So for us, it's customer service first. We're a tech business. But we provide real human service. It's a big decision, buying a new property. It's a big loan, $1 million to borrow. So we really want to make our customers feel comfortable throughout that process and be available to answer any questions. And so the technology does the heavy lifting, and then our team helps support that customer through their journey.
Look, I've been saying the same to people for the last 10 years about, any broking style business, whether it's real estate, recruitment, anything that's requires a middleman. If it's complex, you can automate elements of it, but you can never take the human out of that, because every single situation is different with its own nuance. Yeah,
I agree. We're seeing the innovation in robo-advice and robo-broking. I think the technology behind it is amazing, but Australians, they need that human interaction when it comes to these difficult or complex situations, and they're very personal as well. It's not like a personal loan where you can apply and you just want $5,000 for a holiday. This is a really big decision, and so it's important for us to put our customers first and support them. So to answer your question, we raised just shy of $8 million in January. That was co-led by two funds. We had OAF Ventures, which are a fantastic VC fund. A lot of them are ex-founders themselves, which was why it was so important for me to bring them on board. They really understand our journey. They've been in our shoes before, and they provide really strategic and useful advice. The other investor was Perennial Value, which is a ASX listed fund manager. And for our future plans of accessing public capital markets via an IPO, it was important for me to be able to bring them on the journey really early to help support and understand what we're trying to achieve. And now, since we raised those funds, we've been able to grow the team, expand our marketing initiatives, invest in technology, invest also into a great office. For us, flexibility is really important to be able to offer to our staff. But flexibility means so many different things to different people. And so for us, we still have our Sydney office in Surrey Hills, and it's a place for our staff to be able to come together and actually interact with each other. We're a new business, we're a new team. It's important to have those personal connections and relationships. And so, what we found is that most of our staff want to come into the office, even though it's not mandated to be in the office every day. We offer remote working and working from home, but our staff are so engaged and aligned with our vision that they want to be here. They want to brainstorm and come up with solutions to problems. It's just fantastic.
Cool. Now we're coming to the end, and this is where you get to pitch, why the fintech community should vote for Bridgit. But before we do that, what's been your proudest achievement when you look back over this last 12 months?
Dexter, there's been so many amazing moments that I'm proud of and achievements for the business. We're speaking to you today is another one of those really amazing moments. But particularly, one example recently, we helped a customer who needed to bridge into their new home in Queensland. They had bought a property at auction and they had committed to that purchase, and they didn't have access to a finance. And as you know, in Queensland, you're at risk of losing your deposit if you don't settle by the agreed time in the contract. So they were at risk of losing $100,000. They called us crying because no major lender would provide them with a solution. So within a few hours of their application, we had helped them. We had given them approval. And a few days later, we settled their loan. And so that customer was just over the moon. They sent such a wonderful email to us and the team. And so those moments, they're really rewarding. We're providing such a benefit to our customers. There's social good and social impact in what we're doing.
Why should they vote for Bridgit as this year's Emerging FinTech of the Year People's Choice Award?
We've helped a lot of Australians. We've achieved a lot. We've raised significant funds. We've had over $1 billion in applications, and we want to continue to do that. So please have a download of this podcast.
Well, Aaron, congrats to you and everybody at Bridgit for making it this far. It's an incredible achievement. When you look at the competition that you're up against as well, and the competition that didn't make it this far. And good luck to everybody on the night.
Thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
The People's Choice Award is brought to you by Tier 1 People, leaders in fintech executive search. We'll help you launch, scale, and innovate by finding world-class people.